Hello guys and welcome, the real Mackham here. Yeah, I've changed my name because as a Sunderland fan I feel like, do you know what, I need to have it Sunderland based, football based, and then I can get a little bit more variety going instead of just FIFA. And that's why I've changed my channel name, and that's why I've been quite busy because I've been thinking of ideas and stuff for videos. But now I'm going to be consistently uploading, so hopefully this video is good. As you can see, it's potential transfers. And we're going to get on to the first one. The 5 players on the screen are going to be the 5 players we are looking at today. Just a little quick update. Just to say that I'm going to probably upload this once or twice a week because I don't think I'll be able to get that many transfers in. I'll also only be doing maximum 5 transfers, minimum 3 transfers, because below 3 is too less, but above 5 is too much. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thumbs up, and let's get on to the first of our... So guys, the first of the 5 transfers today is one that I'm very excited about. Georginio Wijnaldum. That's quite a long name to say, but £15 million. Sunderland look likely to be the team that sign him, because maybe it's because Dick Advocat, he wants to sign players from his former clubs. He said that. He's got a good budget because Ellis Short, our owner, wants us to try and get into the top 10 at least. And I think this will be a good signing for us. He's a good midfielder, had a brilliant season last season. And he's not really going to get anywhere in the Eredivisie. I'm not saying it's a bad league, but I'm saying like everyone in that league would probably want to aspire to get better and better. And they'd like Depay has come to the Premier League, one of the best leagues in the world. He would like to come to the Premier League. Wijnaldum would strive under Dick Advocat for us this if we signed him this season. And I also know that we're trying to sign Lens for 8 million, who used to play with Wijnaldum. So maybe that could tempt Wijnaldum to join us. And I'm hoping that happens because Wijnaldum is a great player, had a great season. He's still quite young. £15 million, I think we've got that. We can do that. And, you know, I think PSV will obviously miss him because without Depay, he's one of their outlet players with Luke de Jong, who scored quite a few as well last season. But Depay was really their main star, and so was he. And I think he will probably have to leave. Another team that I have seen linked with him, but I'm not too sure on this link because the source wasn't very good. I was just on the ESPN website and it just said some guy called Ian said that they might, he might sign for PSG. So I'm not entirely sure if that's a reliable source or not. But it's been paper talks, so there's nothing yet. But I do hope this falls through because this will be a great signing for us. And the next player, guys, is Carlos Bacca from Sevilla. He is the striker. Last season scored 20 goals and got 6 assists in 37 games. His transfer value is about 17.6 million, and the 2 link clubs are Liverpool and Milan. Now, the reason I put it with Milan is because the fact that they didn't sign Jackson Martinez, who has just signed for Atletico Madrid. It's all been confirmed now by Porto, Atletico, and the player himself. So maybe Milan will turn their attentions to Bacca, who had a good season. I think, you know, AC Milan are trying to rebuild their squad. He'd be a fantastic signing. I believe he's 28, 29, so obviously you'd want to sign him now so that he's still got a little bit, a few good years left in him if you signed him now. But the fact that Liverpool also linked with him is because they said that they had 3 main targets: him, Rondon, and Firmino. They've signed Firmino. Rondon, I don't think they should sign because he hasn't proven himself in a big enough league. I think the Russian league is big, but not as big as one of the top leagues that you would always normally look at. Bacca has proved himself not only in the league but in the Europa League, scoring them 2 goals in the final to win Sevilla the Europa League for the 2nd year in a row. He would be a great signing for Liverpool, but I do think Milan just edge it over Liverpool because Liverpool have signed so many players, it's ridiculous. And like, I don't think they're quality players. Firmino's a decent signing, Klein's a good signing. But Milner, he's a good squad player, I suppose. He is a good player. I'm not going to say that anything wrong, but you're Liverpool and you've got money and you're signing free agents like Milner. It's just a bit... I feel like they're lowering themselves from signing players like Suarez and Torres in the past. They've not... If Milner's their replacement for Gerrard, I'm not too sure how Brendan Rodgers is really thinking things through right now. But, you know, Carlos Bacca... Not going to say anything bad about him. He actually is a fantastic striker. I do think he's underrated because there is a lot of strikers out there who could score about 15 and they'll be so good. They're like classed as so like really good, like Benteke and stuff. Benteke didn't have a consistent season last season, so why would you spend more money on him when you've got a striker who's been consistent over the years? And that's what I think Liverpool should do. But I do think... Alright guys, so this one is Andrea Pirlo, midfielder for Juve, an absolute legend. But this one's a strange one, right? It hasn't been confirmed yet, so I'm still saying it's a potential transfer. But it is going to happen. It's so likely to happen, it's unbelievable. He was at the New York Red Bull New York City FC game, and it was quite funny. I was watching the game, and they put when they actually turned the screen, like the camera on him, and they were like, "Pirlo's here." He just completely snogged his girlfriend. It was just like the worst timing of a camera like shot there, and they didn't even say anything about it. They just carried on as if to say, "Oh, he's watching the game." He was not watching the game. He was enjoying that kiss on with his girlfriend, and. Listen, Pirlo, he's fantastic. I love watching him. The fact he managed 20 games last season at top level football is brilliant because of his age. He is most likely going to New York City FC because they have said on their they've got a personal profile for him on their website now. He's been to their games. It's gonna happen. He said he's not staying at Juve, so we're unsure if he has signed or not. They haven't actually confirmed anything yet. Last season managed only 4 goals, 5 assists. Not his best of seasons, but he is just the maestro in the midfield. And you ain't gonna get a better, I don't think we'll see a better maestro than him and Xavi in the next 10 years. I don't think we can see, because they're both similar players. They weren't quick. They were just players that played in this little pocket. Got the ball, just released it. They made like 100 passes per game, and they're fantastic players that we're gonna miss. But Pirlo to New York City FC, just imagining the midfield trio of Gerrard, Lampard, and Pirlo. If you made an MLS team, the passing would just be astonishing. The pace would be absolutely disgusting. But yeah, this is I think this is a brilliant signing for New York City FC, because it's making the MLS more known. Now Italians will probably start watching it, because there's going to be some mega fans of Pirlo, and it's getting the league extremely big. I think USA are starting to realise the sport is good, and I like that, because that does mean that USA are gonna, when they get with a sport and they're alongside the sport, they are very good at it. There's not many sports that they stick to that they're not good at. Like baseball, fantastic. Basketball, unbelievable. American football, it's their sport, obviously they're good, but they didn't really get the soccer thing, and now that they've got this soccer thing, I think this will be a good thing for USA, because I think, in my opinion, they could win the World Cup in the next 20 years. They've got a chance if they stick to it. They get good talent. But yeah, that's what I want to say about Pirlo. I do hope he signs for them, because I think MLS will be interesting to watch with a player like him in there, and in the same team as Lampard and David Villa, legends it's like a legends team before they're even legend cards. Okay, so the next one and the second to last one of the episode, Arda Turan. I think he'll get a downgrade in FIFA 16 to an 83, because his last season is pretty dismal. I do feel like he had an injury. I don't know. I didn't look into it, but he did score 2 goals and only get 4 assists, which isn't very good of a player of his caliber. But he is a good player, and teams will have to look at his past when Atletico are going to probably have to sell him. The 2 main clubs that are linked with him is Chelsea, PSG. I've done a ... sequence because there are a few clubs that are going to want him. City probably want him. Man United I've seen linked with him. The reason I've gone with Chelsea is because of the Atletico Madrid bond they have. They have this special bond with Atletico Madrid, where they just seem to sign Atletico Madrid players. They've signed in the past. Well, they're close to signing Falcao, who used to be an Atletico player, and they wanted to sign him when he was at Atletico. They've signed Costa, Felipe Luis, and and Torres, who used to play for them before Liverpool. And they've got this connection with them. There was talks of them signing Griezmann. I don't think they will. I think them getting Turan out at Atletico means that they can slot Griezmann in the left wing. So they've just signed 2 strikers of Jackson Martinez and Vieto, who are 2 quality strikers. I can't see them playing Griezmann up front. Now he'll go back on the left. But Turan, I think he's. I've always thought he was overrated. I've never seen him to be world class, where he's always been a really high rated on FIFA. But value is 29 million, so he must be good. I feel like Chelsea will probably get this though, just because of that bond with Atletico Madrid, and I do think that it will end up being a swap deal. I think that, well, I want Felipe Luis to go back to them because I feel like he's been wasted at Chelsea. I feel like he's one of the best left backs in the world at one point when he was at Atletico the last season. Fantastic left back, and then signed for Chelsea, and everyone's thinking, Azpilicueta back on the right, or who's going to go? They didn't even use him really. He was just an outlet player, I suppose, and I don't like to see that, and I feel like he was underused, and he is a world class player, and I do hope he gets his chance eventually. Well, he's getting old now, so I do want it to be a swap deal so he can get back into the Atletico side, solid things out. I know they've got Siqueira, but he's just 10 million times better, and this will be a good deal for both clubs because an attacking midfielder, and that's what Chelsea like to seem to sign, so that would be always good. And obviously if they sign Falcao, this Atletico trio of Turan, Falcao, Costa, that might be a little bit dangerous in the Premier League. I'm not going to lie. Tell me what you think in the comments below of this transfer though. Do you think he'll go to PSG or Man United or Chelsea? Because this one's a strange one, I believe. And finally guys, we have Sergio Ramos to Manchester United. He has said he wants to leave Real Madrid and he wants to go to Man United. He's also been linked with City, but I think he'd choose Man United just because of their history, and he knows that they'll probably want to rebuild, and he would want to be a part of that. But the thing is, he is a goal-scoring centre-back, £30 million. Real Madrid are idiots not to take it because he's 29. That is a brilliant well, no, not a bargain, but it's a brilliant deal for Real Madrid because you're getting 30 million for a 29-year-old. Like, you might think it's cheap, but for a 29-year-old, like, he ain't gonna get any better. He's at his peak now. He's at his peak, but he is a fantastic centre back. I'd love to see him in the Premier League. It does look likely, this one. This one's been all over Sky Sports, and there's not much else I can talk about really because he is a fantastic centre back. It's gonna happen. In my opinion, it's just got to happen. And the amount of like stories it's had on it. There's been like a thing where like Sergio Ramos has had a fallout with the new owner, or with the owner, and that's probably why he's going to leave. Which I feel like it will be a good signing for him because, you know, he gets to experience the Premier League, and he's a centre back that I think would definitely suit the Premier League, help Man United a ton, and we'll never know. I think we'll have to wait and see for him. But guys, do leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video. Comment if you think any of these players will go to different clubs, if you don't think any of these will actually end up signing for anyone. Also, please follow me on Twitter at youngster7, youngster_7. The link will be in the description. And yeah guys, the real Mackham says goodbye. See ya.